Literally, I'm hot. My leg's on fire! It's on fire! It's on fire, everybody! Let's do it. What is up, everybody? JD, aka the Motor Rider here, coming at you today from the Road King. The Road King Special, that is. And today I'm going to be doing my long-term review of this here motorbike. No secret to any of my friends that I am a Road King guy. I love the Road King motorcycle by Harley-Davidson. I've had 3. This is actually my 3rd one. My first one was an 09 Road King Classic. After a couple of trades here and there, I ended up with an 11 Road King Classic and had some brake issues with that one. I ended up trading it in for this brand new, first of its kind ever to be seen, mid-year release 2017 Road King Special. Why would I do that? Road King Special is an absolutely beautiful motorcycle. It is probably one of the nicest looking bikes that Harley-Davidson has ever made, in my humble opinion, and of course that's what we're talking about, my humble opinion. So, is it perfect? Aha! Is it perfect? Far from it. And if you think that this is going to be a video about me just gushing about how much I love Harley-Davidson and how perfect their motorcycles are, stick around. You're probably going to be surprised. So, yeah. With that, let's get this thing going, and I'll tell you a few things that I love and a few things that I hate about this motorcycle. Look, seat in the pants feel, this bike is, it's got plenty of horsepower, plenty of torque for me. If you compare the Milwaukee 8, now this is the first year Milwaukee 8, it's the 107 Milwaukee 8. If you compare the 107 Milwaukee 8 to the 103 twin cam high output, they call it, huge difference, in my opinion. Huge difference. This is a cruiser, man. It's a touring bike for all intents and purposes. So, we're not racing this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, it's got lots of power for a touring bike, more than I need for sure. I took this bike last year to the Smoky Mountains. Took it up into the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, up around Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. I rode it all the way up there, obviously, because, well, I don't believe in trailering a motorcycle unless it's broke down. So, never had any issues. I had it loaded down. I had my tour pack on the back. I had it loaded down pretty good. I had my tent, my sleeping bag, and of course I went in the fall, so I brought my leather jacket, a couple little change of clothes, that kind of thing. I never had any issues with power. I never had any issues with the bike struggling going up and down hills. Not that I would expect it to. Sometimes I ride with my wife on the bike, and the bike's got plenty of power for both of us. It's a great bike power-wise. I can't say enough about the Milwaukee 8 engine as far as power. So, all right, do you see this little piece right here? It says Road King. Well, that's a plastic cover on top of the metal handlebar cover, the clamp day, that thing popped off and landed in my lap. I looked at it, and the little plastic retaining tabs were broken. I don't know how that happened. Another day out riding, and again, I don't know why or how this happened, but this little turn signal switch cover right here, apparently that's a cover that snaps on. Yeah, I looked over and it was gone one day. I have no idea what happened to it. Stuff like that, yeah, Harley-Davidson could do better on. I'm going to show you the mirrors, the back side of the mirrors, or I guess the front side of the mirrors when I get stopped. The bike sounds great, in my opinion, with the stock exhaust. So I haven't done many modifications to this motorcycle at all. I put a 4-point mount system on it for the tour pack and the luggage racks and stuff. I added this windshield, which is the Harley-Davidson wind splitter windshield. I'll tell you more about that and the issues I've had with this little piece right here. What else? I added some small filler plugs, lights in the rear filler panels between the saddlebags and the fender, and not much more beyond that. Gold Wing. My biggest contention with this motorcycle by far are these handlebars. They look good, right? They got a nice, they're dirty, but they got a nice finish on them, nice powder coated black finish that matches the rest of the bike. They look good, nice and thick, 1 1/4 inch all the way across. Nice little step down into the controls. It's very small, you can barely see it. Nice looking. It looks good. But I don't know if you can see the shape or the position that my wrists are in. So let me kind of give you an idea. If you can't tell, let me see if I can do this. Can you see with the camera how my wrist, I'm going to put this thing on cruise control for a minute. My wrist is like that. Right? That's not natural. This is natural. So the Harley-Davidson engineers apparently decided that it was a good idea to make some handlebars that had this weird wonky angle to them. I don't quite know what it is. I guess it's just that they're pushed out this way. So in order to get a good, comfortable fit, I'm going to show you what I got to do. I got to sit forward on the bike in order to get and put my arms out like chicken wings. Chicken wings, look at this. In order to get a decent position of my wrists to my arms without actually binding anything up in my wrists, I got to do this weird arms up and out kind of weird position. Nobody rides a motorcycle like that. No real riders do. So instead, you get in the position that my good friend Joe would say is the Sturgis position. You kind of just sort of sitting back on the bike a little bit. As you're doing it, you're just sort of like, you got this weird angle in your wrists and your arms. Now I know what you're thinking. Really? Big deal. So what? A tiny little angle doesn't make that big of a difference. It makes a huge difference. Are you kidding me? It's obvious to me that the guy who was designing the handlebars for this motorcycle does not ride motorcycles. Now look, I get it. Engineers, look guys, I appreciate everything you do. You make things really great. But I swear to God, I wish that engineers had to work as mechanics for 2 or 3 years, every 4 years or so. Okay, hey, Bill the engineer, today, well, you've been an engineer designing cool stuff for the last 4 years. Today, you start your mechanicking part of the job. Now you got to go work on the crap that you built and designed. I guarantee if they had to do that, it would change their perspective on how they design things. Harley-Davidson engineers, you guys should have known better. You've got to do better for your customers. Nobody rides a 850-pound motorcycle like this. Nobody does that, okay? So there's that. Right, so I talked about the handlebars. Alright, well let's talk about the clutch now. So this clutch on the 2017 is an all-new clutch from Harley-Davidson. Now that's not to say that it's the first time they put a hydraulic clutch on their touring bikes, because it's not. But they did something different to it. They told everybody that it was because they wanted to make the clutches more user-friendly for brand new riders. Well, I guess if you're, I don't know, monkey grabbing the clutch to operate your motorcycle, I guess it would help. I don't know. A little congested. But don't worry. It's not COVID-19. It could be COVID like 4 or 7 or something. I don't really know. I didn't get tested. I'm healthy as an ox. I don't really know that much about oxen, but I'm assuming they're healthy. I always tell people when they ask me, hey man, how do you like that Road King Special? I always tell them, look, it's probably the most uncomfortable Harley-Davidson Road King I've ever had. And they say, well, damn, so you don't like it? But no, on the contrary, I love it. I said, what do you mean? It's the most uncomfortable bike you've ever had. You just said that. Yeah, it's true. It is. In stock form, this is the most uncomfortable motorcycle I've ever had. But damn, it's a good-looking bike. So, you know, you balance it. You balance your form and function. You balance what you like versus what you don't like. And, you know, that's the beauty of any motorcycle, really, not just a Harley, but any motorcycle is changing the things that you don't like, making it fit you. Because what I change on this bike that I like and what's good and makes it comfortable for me, it's not necessarily what you're going to do to yours. Look, get on the bike, ride it, change what you don't like, and you know, if the bike, when you look at it, when you get off your motorcycle and you're walking into a restaurant or a store or a bar or whatever floats your boat, if you look back and look at it and you're like, yeah, that's mine, I rode up on that, man, that's all that matters. If you like the way your motorcycle looks, I don't care if it's a Harley, if it's an Indian, if it's a Honda, if it's a Yamaha, I don't care if it's a year old, I don't care if it's 50 years old. If you like it, that's your motorcycle. Man, that is the only thing that matters. So when I get back to the garage in about, well, 20 minutes for me, but probably like 5 seconds for you guys, I'm going to do a walk around of the bike. Full disclosure, I didn't wash this thing before I started shooting this video. Can you see this mirror stem right here? You see the way that finish is come off, and it's actually looks like it's rusting? It looks that way because it is. This is a MSRP on this bike is over $23,000, and yet, if you can see it, this is finish has come off and it's rusting. But this right here on the actual mirror stem, the finish has come off and it's rusting. What else? Let's talk about this for a second. Okay, this little vent in this really expensive $400 windshield. I kept hearing a rattle coming out of that. So that's weird. Maybe a rock or something got in behind it. So I took the screws out and I looked at it, and it turns out that the mounting surfaces where the screws go into, little stanchions or whatever you want to call it, that the screws actually screw into, were actually broken. Several of them were broken. And what was rattling was the actual housing, the frame of this. There's some points about this bike that just really kind of irk me, especially for the price you pay for them. I shouldn't see a mirror and think, gosh, I have to replace that because it looks like crap. Is it covered under warranty? I don't know. If I thought that I could have it replaced with a better product, I would bring it down there and ask the guys at the dealership. But, well, guess what? They're just going to give me another set of the exact same things that in 3 more years are going to rust again. I'm just going to replace them anyway. Honestly, if I want a better product on the mirrors, I probably need to see something on the aftermarket side. I personally think that Harley-Davidson, if they really want to have any chance at future success, and I know they're struggling right now, they need to start thinking about their quality a little bit. We're not talking AMF days quality here, but if I pay $23,000, $24,000 for a motorcycle, I damn sure don't expect the mirrors to start rusting in 3 years in a garage, on a garage kept motorcycle. I shouldn't have to do things like replace the little rubber plugs. This should have been designed better. They could have literally taken the exact same piece and just built it with no holes in it. It just doesn't make any sense. Don't be so lazy. You know, the engineering and you know, look, I know those guys have a tough job to do, but damn, just don't be so lazy. If you like this video, hit that little subscribe button. If you want to see more videos, well, stick around. Wait till the end, and I'll pop one up probably here, maybe there. You never can tell. It might be here. I don't know. Depends on. Hope you liked it. I'll see you next time. Until then, ride safe, get in the breeze, and make good choices.